Hello, my name's Robert Dean Steele, and we are praying through the Psalms. Listen to what David had to say here in Psalm 41. Blessed is he who has regard for the weak, for the Lord delivers them all. God has a very special place in his heart for the vulnerable, and he's going to bless those who, of course, bless those, go and help out the vulnerable, and he will also as well deliver them in times of trouble. The Lord will protect him and preserve his life. The Lord will bless him in the land and not surrender him to the desires of his flow. So these are, of course, the blessing, benefits, and promises given to those who touch out and reach out to the vulnerable. The Lord will sustain him on his sick bed and will restore him from his bed of illness. Isn't it great to know that when you reach out to others, God is going to heal you in the same way that you heal others? I said, O Lord, have mercy on me, heal me, for I have sinned against you. My enemies, of course, said of me in malice, when he will die and his name will perish. So here is David concerned about what is going on in his life. He knows that the problem or the consequence of his sin is that his enemies are able to get an upper hand in him. Whenever one comes to see me, he speaks falsely. Well, in his heart, he gathers slanders, and then he goes abroad and gossips about it. So that's what happens. When you have someone who is against you, they're going to slander and gossip you. And then he says, all my enemies whisper together against me. They imagine the worst for me. A vile disease has beset him. He will never get up from his place where he lies. And so here they are. They're waiting for David to basically expire. Even my close friend whom I trusted and shared my bread in has left his heel against me. This, of course, is also a psalm where David was being overcome by Absalom, and Ahithophel himself had come against him. He says, I know that you are pleased with me. Or he says, but you, O Lord, have mercy on me. Raise me up that I may repay them. So David, of course, wants to be raised up because he wants to be able to be an instrument of also consequence in their lives. In my integrity, he says, I know that you're pleased with me, for my enemy will not triumph over me. In my integrity, you uphold me and set me in your presence forever. So David is relying on his integrity, his character, and of course, his reputation. He says, Lord, listen. He says, I have done these things. And that's often what they do in the Old Testament, is they bring those things up because it was part of the Mosaic law, that you actually showed what you do. That's what James was talking about when James said, you say you have faith, show it by what you do. He says, Lord, because of that, he says, I can be in your presence forever. Praise be to the God of Israel and to the Lord from everlasting to everlasting. Amen. So here is David giving this wonderful psalm saying, Lord, listen, let integrity and uprightness preserve me, and may you also, Lord, be praised forever. That's reading through the Psalms, Psalm 41.